Today I'm going to teach you how to make Taco Bell's Crunchwrap Supreme. So what you're going to need for this recipe is a bag of shredded lettuce, a package of taco seasoning, a can of queso, medium or hot if you like hot, some sour cream, and some cheese. You're also going to need a bag of large flour tortillas, 1 pound of ground beef, 1 tomato, and a bag of small tortillas. You're going to want to get a medium-sized to a large pan and a small pot. To get it started, I would put it on a medium-high setting, then pour the queso into the pot. Put your meat in and start chopping it up, and when it gets darker, you'll be chopping it even more. You want to make sure you keep stirring the queso and lower the temperature to about 2 or 3. Spray a large tray with pan. Put your small tortillas on the tray. You'll need 1 for each Crunchwrap, but I would recommend putting 1 extra because usually 1 breaks. Set your oven to about 465 Fahrenheit. Now that your meat has started to turn brown, you can start chopping it up in little pieces, and this is what it should look like when you're all done. When the oven's all preheated and you put your small tortillas in the oven, make sure you check about every 2 or 3 minutes. When they turn a light brown, take them out, flip them over, and put them in again. Sometimes you won't have to because both sides will be brown. Get a cup of water and then use the taco seasoning mix and mix it with water. Once you've mixed it, turn the heat down low to about 2 or 1. It's normal to get bubbles like this, and I wouldn't recommend using them because they break easily. Now you're ready to start making your Crunchwrap, and take your large tortilla rolls and wet it on both sides and rub it all over. You should pour your meat in a small circle in the center of the tortilla. I would recommend using a little bit more queso than I did in this video because it tastes better. Take your small tortilla and place it on top of the meat and queso and push it down slightly. Take a little bit of cheese and sprinkle it over the top. Take your diced tomatoes and sprinkle it over the top of the cheese. Take your sour cream and just plop on however much you want. And same with the lettuce. Now take your second tortilla roll and get it wet on both sides and rub it all over. Get a clean pan and set the stove to about medium-high. For this next part, you'll need a cup of water and a pastry brush, or in my case, an unused paintbrush. Use the pastry brush and the water to wet the edges a little bit extra so they're able to bend more. And now for the hard part. Take the sides and fold them all around. You might need extra hands to help. While folding, you'll probably need to wet it a little bit extra on each fold. If you start to see tearing, just put a lot more water on it. If you want to make this process a lot easier, cut the small tortilla a little bit smaller before you bake it, so that way you'll have more room on the sides of the big tortilla to work with. Once you've folded it all, put both hands on the whole thing and keep it there for about a minute. Now bring the plate over to the pan and flip it over so that the Crunchwrap will just plop down onto the pan. Push down on the edges with your spatula to make sure that the sides will stay put. Wait a couple minutes till it turns dark brown to turn it over. Don't worry if it doesn't look perfect because it still tastes really good. And I like to cut it because it's a lot easier to eat that way. And voila, it's ready to be eaten.
That is the best thing ever.